The factors that affect how the oceans move can also affect the movement of the atmosphere. Air moves from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. This is wind. When the differences in pressure between one place and another is small, the wind is calm. But when there's a big difference in pressure, the wind moves much faster and violently. Atmospheric pressure is generally affected by two things: elevation and temperature. Pressure is highest at low elevations near Earth's surface where there's a lot of atmosphere above pushing down, and lowest at high elevations where there is less air above to squeeze down. Contrarily, the higher the temperature of a place, the higher the pressure will be. Changes in temperature cause air to rise and fall. Since air moves from high pressure to low pressure, it moves up from places on Earth's surface with consistently high temperatures and away from the equator. This, like the ocean currents, causes it to rise and fall in predictable patterns called convection belts. One of these belts rises at the equator, 0 degrees latitude, and falls at 30 degrees latitude. Another rises at 60 degrees and also falls at 30. And another rises at 60 degrees and falls at 90 degrees, or the pole. If you look at the diagram on the next slide, you'll see the warm air rising at 0 and 60, and the cool air falling at 30 and 90. This helps explain why deserts tend to appear around 30 and 90 degrees latitude, and why most of Earth's rainforests are on the equator. Warm rising air tends to carry a lot of moisture off the Earth's surface, but cool falling air tends to carry very little. So places with rising air tend to get more rain than those with falling currents of air. Air is also affected by the Coriolis effect like the ocean, so it has the same left to right movement. This means that air tends to follow similar circular patterns as the ocean current, which further supports the flow of the ocean currents. Winds coming from the west are called prevailing westerlies, and wind coming from the east are called trade winds. You've probably noticed if you've ever watched the weather on television that most of our storms and weather in the US seem to come from the west to the east. That is because of the prevailing westerly flow of air across North America. Based on everything you know now about climate, the movement of the oceans and air, and how they can affect climate, how would you describe the climate around your home?